Hi, Charlene. Hi, Charlene. Can you hear me?
Hi, I can hear you.
Oh, fantastic. Good stuff. I'm just starting up my PowerPoint presentation. How long are you teaching at Belverton?
14 years. I'm in
Wow,
the
you're there a
profession
long
for
time.
15
Okay,
years, but I'm teaching for 14
okay.
at Belgium.
Okay. So what's the big dreams in life?
A lot of big dreams. I'm more of a businesswoman, so I've already opened up two smaller businesses and eventually open up my own school.
Excellent. That's brilliant. This is gonna take your, if it's what I think it is, this is gonna take you to the next level. So
I
this
hope
is basic.
so.
Hey.
I'm saying I hope so because
I
I've been
definitely know
networking.
so, right? So this is basically the business opportunity presentation that we do even for our franchises and the big schools. So let's get started. Let me just, so I haven't shared the slideshow yet. Okay, let me share that with you. And then you can tell me. Charlene, if it gets disconnected, just remain on. It will reconnect automatically. We're having a problem with the fiber here since the storms. So
No problem.
sometimes, I don't know, it just disconnects and then it reconnects immediately. So you just remain on because I have normal classes every Sunday, and it did that a few times on Sunday. Okay, so can you see the screen now?
Yeah, I can see your photo.
No, no, no. Can you see the presentation?
No, I can't.
Uh, Give me a second. Okay, there we go.
Now you
All
start in
right, there we go.
screen sharing.
Yes. Okay, fantastic. All right. So Charlene, I take it you know me quite well, right?
I've heard of you. I've seen your pictures. I've heard of you in terms of when our learners go for your talks,
For my
for their
workshops.
allo,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes.
workshop. Yeah.
All right, okay, fantastic. All right, never mind. Let me begin by telling you this is the business opportunity presentation for accelerated learning. And we've been running these business opportunities since 2015. Okay. So annually, we like to actually certify people and take in a certain number of coaches. We limit the numbers. So this is the opportunity. So let me begin by asking you a few simple questions. Would you like to have your very own edtech business? Educational technology
Yeah.
business? I'm sure you would,
Yes.
right? To give you, I call it having your own ATM. Whenever you need money, you just send out some broadcast messages and you can, get paid for certain things. And at the same time, whilst having this ed tech business, you making a difference in people's lives, especially the youngsters. And we know how much they need it, right? This generation is like a lost generation. Also, you can get to be the very first authority in your area. And since you're very close to me, you live I mean, you're teaching in Tongat, right? But you live in Verulam.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, I also live in Verulam. So you'll be very close to me and I can help you like with big launches and monthly stuff very often. And you can probably take charge of the Verulam and the Tongat area as well, because we don't have, besides me being the owner and the creator of this program and system, there's no other coaches in this area in Verulam and Tongat, strangely, as well
Okay.
as Phoenix. Okay.
Okay.
You get to travel as well. Like, for example, in the holidays, you get to run the exact same programs as retreats. So people go, they'll pay you to go on a holiday. Now, this is mainly for the upper market, the high income earners, those that, I'm going to use the word, the lanis, the extremely lanis, who will actually go on a holiday. And in that holiday, basically, in a retreat, you'll only do 2 or 3 sessions in a day. You do one early in the morning, and generally by 9:30, you're done. People go on all the kids go on their activities and everything. And then you do another session right in the afternoon, 5 o'clock to like 6:30. And then you do sometimes, if you got bigger kids like teens and bigger teens, you can do an evening session, like in the evening. What I do is I have 2 sessions for kids in the day and a parent session at night. So you get paid to go on these holidays. And at the same time, you'll be with us in our vision and mission to revolutionize and transform education. And at the same time, you get to be a mover and shaker beyond just teaching, right? And can think about what is the legacy you're going to leave behind. How will your kids and others remember you? What will they remember you for, especially those that you touch lives in? So I'll tell you a little bit about myself, my background, what's my vision and mission, and then I'll talk about the business opportunity in terms of EdTech. I'll talk about all the products, the services, the things that we're going to offer you. And then I'll tell you about the market and how big the market is. And then I'll very quickly close up with the study coach opportunity, the one that you responded to. Okay, so basically, I started Study Skills very, very long time ago. Actually, my very first Study Skills business I opened was in 2004. So my background, Charlene, is very strange. My background is in technology. I used to design email systems and networks for Transnet, started from 1994 to 2009. I matriculated in 93. The very next year, I was headhunted by Transnet for my technology skills. I was very gifted and talented when it came to technology. So I was one of 6 specialists in the country at the time, and I was very good at what I did. Also, I was an avid sportsman and footballer, whilst I was young. And I was asked in 1995, 96, I was asked to coach an under 10 team of footballers. And it just so happened my youngest brother was in that team. So I said, yeah, fine, no problem. I coached them and I really enjoyed it. So that was my first stint working with kids. And I started coaching them full time in soccer. And then we opened up a cricket side as well. Then I realized I had a passion for children. And when I had my own children, I started homeschooling them in the late 1990s. And by early 2000s, I used to teach people how to learn and how to study. Like colleagues used to come to me, Junaid, you're very good with this learning thing. My child just failed, or my child is struggling. And I used to do it for free because it was something that came naturally to me. And then I realized there's a huge opportunity. So as a side hustle, I started my very first Study Skills business in 2004. Fast forward 2009, I resigned from Transnet and I started doing my Study Skills coaching full time under the banner of my coaching company, which was called GTE Coaching. And I used to do coaching for a lot of training. I used to do a lot of training and development for corporate companies. But that carried on, and my Study Skills was like the flagship program of our coaching business. And then in 2011, I decided to launch Accelerated Learning as a brand on its own, business, everything on its own. It exploded, right? We've been featured on every single media you can think of, locally and internationally. I've been featured on national television because of the amazing results we achieved many times. I get interviewed on radio all the time, almost every week, right? I even have my own radio show. I have a lot of my own podcasts. In 2013, UKZN started using our systems because it actually gets the results. And in the middle of February, DUT came on board, and DUT are now also using our services. And like I said, we've been featured on national television, and our program is trusted and it has been used by over 143,000 plus students and counting. Just to give you some numbers, for term 1 already, I've already done 2,000 plus students and 1,300 parents. Okay, so I reach a lot of big numbers. I do a lot of large workshops, right? A lot of educational institutes, not just in South Africa, in Africa, in Zambia, in Zimbabwe, in Botswana, in London. We've got people and educational institutes and organizations that are using our systems because, again, it gets the results. Big corporate companies like SA Home Loans, Liberty Life, Sogosan, and FNB, even Gift of the Givers, have been using Accelerated Learning since 2011, again, because it gets the results, right? Now, we've also been somewhat contracted to Department of Education, Gauteng Department of Education, Limpopo, as well as these 4 that you can see at the bottom, Northwest, KZN, and, in terms of KZN, the Ugu district. Okay, now my vision is to revolutionize and transform education, change the way people learn. And I tell you why I came out with this. Charlene, when I was in school, I was classified as that kid that was gifted, talented. Back in the day, we used to have double promotion. You remember those days? I got
That's
double promoted
really
like 3 times. And the third time, I remember my dad telling them, no, 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 just please leave him where he is. He's too big to be, I mean, too small to be with all the big kids. And what happened was I realized the educational system had held me back. Okay, because it had that one size fit all kind of thing, especially when it comes to, like, for example, mathematics. By the time I was in standard 8, grade 10 now, I had finished high school maths on my own. I was learning university calculus, but the school kept telling me, no, 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 you can't learn more. You just got to learn what we teach you. It was always their way. So I realized that there's an opportunity for us to actually change the way people learn. And I brought in my technology skills into this. So I collaborated technology as well as education, and I started finding amazing results, especially with students who were written off by the education system, right? So I started getting amazing results where you had students that were, basically written off, failures. Suddenly we're getting them top 10, top 15, because now we started teaching according to the personality type, learning styles, and things like that. Okay, so it really exploded, and that's why I'm still looking to revolutionize and transform education. I transform it almost every week in every school that I am in. Now, in 2011, I started a project called Project Smart, and that's how your school was part of Project Smart, where the entire circuit brings all those grades that we work with. Now, SMART stands for S is for science, M is for maths, A is for accelerated learning, R is for reading, and T is for teacher and technology advancement. Okay, so we've been doing Project Smart since 2011 annually. Our mission is to actually, improve results by a minimum of 15%. The average increase, according to DBE, especially in Gauteng and other circuits that we've been running this, average increase for grade 4 to 11 is 17%, and with matriculants that number jumps up. The average increase with matriculants is 24%. Now that's huge, especially for schools that are struggling. Now that's one of the reasons why we always, when we approach the DBE, they always push us to the lowest performing schools, because you know how they are. They're looking at the exit, grade 12s are leaving the system, and we got to look at it as best as we can. It's like, I always tell them, you got to look at them when they're in grade 8, not from when they're in grade 12, So that's basically the mission. And at the same time, we want the accelerated learning to become a household brand. We want every child to experience accelerated learning at least twice in their life, one in primary school and one in high school. So in a nutshell, to achieve all of this, I want accelerated learning to become part of the curriculum and actually be in every single school in South Africa. And I gave myself by 2030 to achieve this goal. And we're doing that very slowly but surely, especially bringing it through the curriculum and coming top down, where we speak to the MECs and the minister direct from top, and we're trying to, send it down. But at the same time, from down up, we also need people, and that's why we opened up the business opportunities. All right. So if you look at it right now, it's a massive, massive opportunity. Education in South Africa, we ranked third last in the world, 146 out of 148 countries. In the last 16 years, in maths and science, we last in the world. Our literature, our literacy rate, right, in terms of the Pearls report of February 2021, we again last in the world. According to the Pearls report of October 2016, we were last in the world. So we are actually, education system is in a major crisis, which actually makes that a major big time opportunity for you and I. And then we have another huge opportunity in that this generation, the children are spoiled. Parents spoil them. They do everything for them, that now the children don't know how to do anything for themselves, so they can't learn. And parents are doing most of the work, especially at home. And then COVID came in, which means now students are approximately 16 to 18 months behind in terms of actual milestones where they should be. So what the department has done is started chopping and changing and reducing curriculum and removing stuff. Okay, so the entire business is based on 6 key areas, which is what the framework is. And I must tell you guys, when the minister first saw this framework. She told me, Mr. Bhatt, you don't need to move any further. I've been throughout the world. I've seen many frameworks. This is the most holistic approach to education, and I've never seen anything like that. So let's tell you what the framework is. So it starts with the foundation. So I call the foundation study psychology, everything dealing with the mind. For example, how does the child like to learn and take in information? What's their personality type? What's their learning style? How do they process information? What information do they take in? How to focus? So everything dealing with the mind. What do they believe about learning? What do they believe about subjects, right? All falls in the foundation. And we know that any structure with a weak foundation, the entire structure becomes weak. The second pillar is called productivity. There's 5 major things that helps a student produce, right? Produce the grades and results they're looking for. Time, memory, capturing of information, reading, and problem solving, thinking skills. Those are the 5 major areas of productivity. The third pillar is everything that impacts a child's performance. Mental performance, emotional, their emotions, the diet, their nutrition, their sleep, their technology, everything, that attitude, all of these things will impact their performance. The fourth pillar is about process. What is the step-by-step process to learn? Would you sit down to learn? What do you do first? What do you do second? Most students will read once or twice. Some might take notes or make notes, and they'll tell you, I finished learn, I finished it. That's not learning. We need to know what exactly is the process when you learn. What is the process to write a speech in 5 minutes using a framework, 4 steps? To write an essay, we've got a framework. How to create an effective revision plan, how to do revision. Everything that has steps falls in this pillar called process. The fifth pillar is all about progress, and not progress fast, okay? This is about progressing in life. We got to teach them perseverance, persistence, grit, and determination. Because if you look at stats, this generation gives up very, very easily. If you look at last year, more than 300,000 grade 12 students dropped off before they even started the actual final exams. So that tells us the huge number of students that drop off very quickly. Here also, we teach students to see where they are. In every classroom, there's always 4 levels of students. You got the lowest level, which is level 1. We call them the struggling learners, 0 to 40%. You get level 2, the stable learners, which are average. They get from 41% to around about 59%. Then you get level 3, 60% to 79%. We call them the successful student. They are above average. And then you get the high flyers, the distinction students that get 80% plus consistently. So when we teach, we've got courses for all 4 levels. Because you can't teach, for example, problem solving to a struggling learner who's almost failing the same way you would teach, for example, an above average. So we've got to actually teach it according to the different levels. And the ultimate is about what is the purpose of the child's education, right? What is the goal grades for each term, each year, and what are their strengths, talents, and skills? So in a nutshell, I'm just going to run through a very few, right? Under study psychology, we identify, maximize learning styles. We do assessments to see what their personality types are. We teach them how to get into the learning state and how to master state management, how to activate the learning state. We teach them manually how to be able to focus, concentrate, get into deep focus without the need for medication and anything else, but naturally how to train the brain to get into high focus, deep focus, concentration. So it's a lot of skills development, skills enhancement, okay? Under productivity, some of the things we teach, time management is a whole course on its own, note-taking, 4 full courses, a whole 1-day course on its own. We even teach mind mapping, then how to work on their own, to move them to understanding what are the 5 levels of learning, how to transform data into information, into knowledge, into wisdom and understanding, all of that. Also, memory techniques. We have our own memory course. It's an 8-module course on its own. We've got a speed reading course as well. We've got a reading intervention program as well. Then we've got a thinking course, how to think, different kinds of thinking, critical thinking, analytical thinking, deductive thinking, logical thinking, all the different types of thinking skills. And when it comes to performance, like I mentioned, all the things that will impact a child's performance, from physical to emotional to mental, how to, brain gym, all of these things will fall under performance. Under process, for example, all their writing, how to write essays, how to write a letter, how to write a speech in 5 minutes, all using frameworks in simple ways, so you're not stuck for ideas, you just know how to do it. How to actually prepare a revision plan, what's the 5 steps that you have to do in revision, right? How to tackle exam questions, how to create your own exam questions, and a whole lot more. Under progress, it's about perseverance, bouncing back from failure, changing your approach, and basically what you need to do to progress and improve. In terms of purpose, we teach students how to break down your big dreams into each year, right? Each year, it's all about, for example, each term must have goal grades, how to actually, based on your personality type, your learning style, and your skills, learning skills according to your grade, what are the career paths that you can choose, and then how to create what I call MAPs, 90-day MAPs, which is a map stands for my action plan, and we teach them the role of each step in the big dream. So the business accelerated learning has 6 key components. We've got we've got courses, right? Online courses that you can, they can learn on their own via our e-learning portal. And there are courses then that you can do with number 2 by coaching, which is with the one that I offered you guys, where you have a group of 5 students, and once a week you run a lesson once a week, like on a Saturday morning, 9 to 10, you get your 5 students, you run them. Like in term 2, we're focusing on ACE your exams. So your ACE your exam will be 5 weeks of 1 hour every week, everything about exams. Then we've got content. We've got our own Smart Learn brand. We've got over 11,000 pieces of content, starting from grade R all the way to matric, right? From grade R, you're talking your flashcards, your learning ABCs, little booklets, activity booklets, coloring books, lots of stuff, right? When it comes to grade 4 to grade 12, the Smart Learn subject kits are basically each term's notes, summaries, keywords, revision plans, and a whole lot more. Okay, it comes with tons of stuff for each term. And then we've got curriculum for grade 10, 11, and 12 on video, right? We've got the entire syllabus on video for, each subject. Like, for example, grade 10, you've got maths lit. You got the entire syllabus broken down by each term. Each term is broken down by each week's lessons. Then we've got certifications like the study coach certification, life coach certification, the parent coach, various certifications. And CSR is community development, where, for example, you get corporate companies that sponsor and we get funding, where you are able to go and, for example, run a one-day workshop at a school in a rural area or an underprivileged area, and they pay you an amount. All right, it can range anything from 5,000 up to 100,000 just for the day. All right, so in terms of our courses, we've got over 200 courses, and a lot of it is because we cater for all 4 levels, from the struggling learner to the average learner to the above average, as well as the distinction students, right? Now, for the one that you guys inquired on, the study coach, it comes with basically 5 lessons and 5, it comes actually with a total of 8, right? But we're giving you 3 as a bonus, but 5 lessons, and you can put all 5 lessons into a course and start teaching that. And I'll show you how just now. These are some of the topics that we've got that you can choose from. Okay, in terms of our Smart Learn subject kit, like I said, there's more than, we did an audit now in February, and there's over 11,000 pieces, from worksheets to activity books, study guides, audio books. We've got notes and stuff converted into our Smart Learn audios, right? So instead of reading, now they can listen to the notes, So I spoke about the video tuitions as well. All right. So in the future, we're expanding, over the last 10 years, we've been rapidly expanding. And like you said, we want to open up schools and learning centers, right? Especially these ECD and these homeschooling centers. They've gone huge right now. And at the same time, I'm currently busy creating courses on technology because of my technology background. So we're going to have technology for kids, right? And we'll be teaching them everything from AI, robotics, as well as basically your basic, how to use Word, PowerPoint, and things like that. All right. So that's basically the products and the services that we offer, how we deliver all our programs, products, and events. We do workshops, mini workshops. The biggest money spinner is basically a weekly group academy. That's the one I marketed you guys on, right? We've got our own books, webinars. You'll be able to do webinars. We've got podcasting and audiobooks as well. And we have an online e-learning portal as well with lots of our courses on that portal, right? We do retreats, seminars, big workshops like the one your school came to. DVDs, we removed them completely off the market in I think it was 2014, 2015. There was a large-scale duplication going, so we removed them completely off the market. We've got our podcast. We have our own mobile app, and right now we're creating mobile apps for each grade, and it all forms part of one massive hub, right? So if you go to www.accreditedlearning.co.za, it most probably would take you to our app. So we have our own magazine that we launched last year. We're looking to go on television as well. So if you look at the market, opportunity is huge, especially that right now, the education system is in a major crisis. Education is the second biggest budget spend in the country. Nationally, I'm talking about, right? So we know they're spending a lot of money on education, right? And why does it position us as the authorities? There is no other study skills provider that's as big as we are in the country. Most study skills providers in the country focus on one-on-one and very small groups. We do it the other way around. We don't look at one-on-ones. We let the one-on-ones chase us. We do groups because not many people can afford one-on-one fees. And you'll see just now when I talk about your return on investments and how you can earn that 2,000 rands minimum in a month with just 1 hour a week. All right. So if you look at it, these are the number of schools in all the provinces and the number of students. So like I said, the market is huge, 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 huge. Montessori and ECD is where a lot of focus is going to be. And that's why we've created our own I've got my own curriculum for ECD. And this was actually based on how I homeschooled my kids. I created all that content, for my kids, most of it. From, I'd say, 2004 onwards, I started creating my own content. Okay, our funnel is very simple. We actually offer free programs, which is a high value add. We wow them. And then we offer an upsell where we offer them to join a group at schools, or we offer them our, the public programs for them to join, whether it's on Zoom or in different areas. We run different programs and different events. Okay, so how can you join? There's basically 3 levels. I'm just going to talk about the entry level, which is basically a certification, and you have lifetime access to the certification, right? Once you're certified, it's a lifetime license. We've got other certifications that are higher than the one I'm going to show you. Then we've also got franchises and we've got school licenses as well. Okay, so we're going to talk about certifications, and under certifications, there's 3 types. You've got the study coach, study specialist, a learning specialist, and a trainer, which actually trains other study coaches. All right. Now, under your study coach, the one you inquired about, you get to choose 5 of these courses, any 5 from here, any of these 5. I will generally tell you which is best for you, but you get 3 over and above it as well. That 3-step learning process, it actually comes to you at no charge. And then we give you another 2 as well that are free. Okay, now, this is not for you guys, but it's for the second level. So in terms of there's not that one. There we go. Let's talk about how you can make at minimum 2,000 rands per month with just 1 hour a week. Okay. And then I'll show you the other ones, number 2, number 3, number 4. Okay. In your groups, right? We give you the scripts, we give you the marketing material, we market the group for you. We even give you the exact talking points. We give you the slides, we give you the student manual, the trainer's manual. You get everything. The lesson plan is completely, I'm using your language, right? Your lingo. Your entire lesson plan is done for you. Everything. The entire script is, you just read that and you can actually basically read it out and you're teaching it. But basically, I say you use the talking points, use the slides, and give it your, your twist. Put in your words, your stories, and things like that. Okay. So if you run one group, right? For example, you say on a Saturday morning, I'm going to do grade 8 and 9s, right? I'm going to teach them. We've got what we call the Fast and the Curious Foundation for high school, which is grade 8 and 9s. And if you get 5 students in that group, 5 students to invest 400 rands for the month. That means for 4 sessions, 4 weekly lessons, right? It's much cheaper than one person. Now, that's where most other study skills providers in the country, they focus on one-on-ones. They focus on individual, right? When you focus on the individual, that person needs to have a minimum of 2,000 rands for the session with you, for 4 sessions, right? Now, not many people can afford 2,000 rands up front. Upmarket, yeah, they may be. But right now, I've noticed even in Amshlanga, in Westville, in the high-income areas, even they struggling to actually pay one-on-one fees. So it's easier to get 5 students in a group doing the exact same thing, but it's group, nothing personalized, right? You're giving them all the information step by step. You're giving them the step-by-step implementation, how to implement it, and they go and practice the skill for a week. Next week they come, we talk about how it went, what worked, what didn't work, and we teach them the next skill. Okay. Now, if you're running 2 groups, one for grade 8 and 9, and another group from, let's just say, 10:30 to 11:30. So 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, grade 8 and 9, and you got 5 students in there, and then 10:30 to 11:30 is your second group with grade 10 and 11s, right? And if you got 5 students in each group, you now got 2,000 in the first group and 2,000 in the second group, which is actually now 4,000 rands. And if you run this every month, every term, you'll always get a full class, always. Okay. Then let's look at the second one. When you start doing this, I encourage you, especially teachers, right, to do a one-day workshop once in a month. So that 3 or 4 lessons that you teach every Saturday, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, you take out one Sunday or one Saturday in your month, right? From 9 o'clock to like 3 o'clock, 2:30, with all your breaks and everything, you run a full one-day workshop covering those exact 4 lessons that you covered. You cover it as a one-day workshop. And you can charge, for example, anything from 50 rands to 200 rands, anything that suits you depending on your area. If you charge, like, for example, Verulam and Tongat area, we charge 200 rands. It's quite affordable. If you charge 200 rands and you get 5 students coming for that one-day workshop, right? In a classroom, you use one of the schools, and you got 1,000 rands just for that day, okay? Now, if you run a holiday workshop, every holiday workshops are always a big hit. Parents want to keep their kids occupied. And again, here, minimal numbers. If you try, let's just say if you run a 2-day workshop, all right, a 2-day workshop with 10 students, and they're paying you 300 rands. Now, generally, when I do a 2-day workshop, I break it down into 2 groups. Group 1 from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and group 2 from 1:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. So normally I'll have primary school kids in the first group and high school kids in the second group. And I run it over 2 days. Okay. Now I generally like to target 10 students in the first group and 10 students in the second group. Okay. You can do the same, or you can just do one group and see how you can break it down. Okay. But if you look at the numbers here again, if you run one-day workshop, 1,000 rands, and you run one holiday workshop for 2 days, right? An extra 3,000 rand, you got an extra 4,000 rands, right? Now, also run a mini workshop in school time, okay? You tell the school, I want to run a 1-hour session on focus, concentration, and attention. I'm going to charge 50 rand per learner, okay? And schools are very happy to actually encourage these kind of skills, study skills development. And I normally will tell the school, I'll give you a 10% donation because you're running it in school time, or whatever percentage, sometimes up to 30%, right? You give them a donation, they'll push it, they'll market it. So let's calculate at a minimum of 50 rands for 50 students. You made 2,500 rands in that 1.5 hour or 2 hour session, maximum, right? 2,500 rands. Now, like I said, when you do this, you're going to get people who will tell you, no, 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 my child has to have one-on-one. She won't function in it. So you say, right, fine, we do one-on-ones, but the fee I charge is 2,000 rands for 4 weekly lessons. All right. And that's 1 hour lesson, 1 hour lesson. You're running them to the exact same course. Only thing, you personalizing it, you customizing it for that child's needs, based on that child's needs. Okay. And here, if you're charging, if you got for one student doing one-on-one with you, that's another extra 2,000 rands. Now, I'm going to stop here. Even though you have an opportunity to market our online courses, to market our certifications, our webinars and other programs, let's just look at if you ran a weekly group, right? Weekly group session. One group, 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, 5 students, grade 8 and 9. A second group, grade 10 and 11s, another 5 students. That's all, nothing else. Leave the one-day workshop, leave everything else, leave all of that out. An extra 4,000 rands for 2 hours every week. Now, would that make a difference in your finances? I'm pretty sure you're shaking your head right now, Charlene, right? But if you calculate, if we do one-day workshop, 1 2-day workshop, a mini workshop every month, and you get one-on-one coaching, it equates to plus minus about 12,000 rands, right? If you halve that, half 12,000 rands, let's half it and say 6,250 rands. Would an extra 6,250 rands make a difference in your life? I'm pretty sure you're going to tell me yeah, right? And remember, we're not marketing any of our products, no books, no study guides, no video curriculum, nothing. Our online video curriculum, we generally sell it. I was running a special for 400 rands for the entire year's subject, right? The entire curriculum. But generally, it's priced at 997, 1,000 rands per subject for the entire year syllabus on video. Now we've got subjects from grade 10, right? Grade 10, we've got maths lit, physics, bio, and 1 more. Grade 11, there's about 6 courses. Grade 12, we've got about 11 different subjects. Okay. So Charlene, does the figures, does it, what can I say? Does it jump out at you?
Very attractive, sir. It is very, very attractive. It's very appealing. Yeah,
and
but just I have a
you'll notice I've used minimal numbers, very minimal numbers of 5 students, right? So let's just finish this up, right? It's very minimal number. This 33 hours is for the whole month. 33 hours for the whole month. So you're looking at like about 8 hours, in total. If you're doing 1-day workshop, 2-day workshop, you're looking at about 8 hours to 10 hours a week, which is going to give you that kind of income. All right. So yeah, this is the special you saw, the 4997. Right. There's the payment plan is 1997 for 3 months, and the early bird special is 3,497. That's just till 31st March. Now, with this basic one, the study coach, there's 3 tiers. You've got the basic, you've got the pro, and you've got the elite. In the basic, it's basically we give you that 5 courses, 5 lessons, and you get to teach that. Under pro, you get, I think it's 15 lessons that you can teach. And you also now allowed to market and sell all AL products. And then that was the pro, sorry. And then with the elite, it's full house. You've got basically 25 lessons and courses that you can teach from IQ, and we give you a few emotional intelligence courses from our Personal Power for Kids program. Personal Power for Kids is basically all emotional intelligence courses, like, for example, bullying, technology, social media, my goals, values, time management. All of those things fall under emotional intelligence. I have a course for kids called Personal Power for Kids and Personal Power for Teens. It's based on 7 powers, which is internal power, all about who am I, especially when nobody's looking. M is for mind power, what I believe, how I've been conditioned. G is for growing power. A is for achiever power. M is for me power, everything about the self. E is for emotional power. And S is for social power. Those are the 7 basic powers that a child, a teen needs to succeed. So, yeah. Yeah. So what you're getting is basically everything, right? You get your training and you can do the training as many times as you like. Once you invest once, you have a lifetime license. I like to update content, so I'm constantly updating. So it's always good for you to attend as many times as you can. I'll do a launch, meaning I'll physically do a launch for you. I can do 3 launches for you because you're near me. Meaning, we'll invite lots of parents to one of the halls, and we'll do a parents program on understanding your child's personality type and learning style. It's a wow, high value add workshop. And there at that event, I will introduce you as the study coach for the area, and we'll offer them a program to enroll their kids on a 5-week program or a 4-week program for you. That's a launch. We can do one in Tongat, we can do one in Verulam, or whichever areas, whichever schools you choose to actually do that, we can do that. Okay, so I will help you create a business plan, a marketing plan, and we'll put you on an app as well. I'll give you your own mobile app for you to use as well. You get everything business needs, from logos, flyers, letters to parents, brochures, certificates get made by us, the presentations, the letters to schools, invoice, everything is done for you. Everything is done for you. So, any questions? I'm pretty sure you have lots.
Yeah. So, in terms of flexibility of time,
Yes.
how does that work? Because what if I'm not available on a Sunday from 8 o'clock to 10:30?
Then you don't run a session on that week.
Okay.
You just
Oh, so
inform your
there is
students,
flexibility.
there'll be no classes this week. You don't even have to tell them why. And you just say there's no classes this week. We're having a break. Classes will resume the next week. Or if need be, you ask me to fill it.
Oh, do you all set the times for us, or do we choose our time?
No, you choose your timing. You choose the time. All I'm saying is, if there's a coach in your area, another coach, it's nice to work with coaches. Like in Westville, there were 3 coaches. There are 3 coaches. So they used to run programs together, where that 1 hour lesson,
Okay.
they used to divide it into 3 parts, and each one used to deliver. Then what they used to do, some of them will say, right, hey, this Saturday I can't make it. So just 2 of them will run the program. And sometimes you might not make it 2 Saturdays, So if you're not available, the other 2 were there to back up. Now I'm here in Verulam, so I'm close to you. If you're not around and the parents want the sessions to go on, I can fill in for you.
I see.
So flexibility time is dictated by you. Because you're going to choose a school or schools, and you're going to say which days and times you want to run your lessons. I can't tell you that.
Oh, okay.
Any other questions, Charlene?
Not at the moment.
So tell me, do you have a Montessori?
What is that?
Kindergarten, that play school.
No, no.
Oh, okay. So what businesses do you have?
I have a tuition. I've been running tuitions, and I've
Okay.
been in the beauty industry. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So you've got a tuition
So
business.
I'm a full-time teacher. I'm employed by the Department of Education.
Okay, cool.
It's just that, yeah. So these 2 businesses I just run during the holidays and after school times. That's why I'm asking about flexibilities, because as teachers, as a high school teachers, we get a lot of marking and all of that. So
Yes,
that's why I
y'all got
wanted
lots of
to know
y'all
this.
got lots of stuff to do, especially
Yeah,
test preps and creating new tests. Oh, I know how
yeah,
that is. No, you should incorporate it in your tuition business.
yeah.
Where do you run your tuition business? Tongat or Verulam?
From home. No, from home in Verulam.
Okay, cool. Where in
So
Verulam?
I have Brindavan.
I'm right here in Everest Heights. I'm across the road from you.
Oh yes, yes. Okay. All right.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. So, feedback. What do you think?
I think this is an excellent opportunity because it allows you to broaden your horizon. It allows you to, um, develop as a teacher, as a skills person, as a speaker in
Hmm.
general. In terms of motivation, you're right. Our children lack that. They lack it
Big time.
drastically because
Hmm.
this generation only focuses for 60 seconds because they TikTok videos and
Yep.
all of that. It only is 60 seconds. So
Yes.
I call them the 60-second generation because they can only focus for that amount of time because they're
That's right.
scrolling through their phone for
Yeah.
entertainment, but not taking out much substance from that
Hmm.
60 seconds.
Agreed.
It becomes difficult to teach them in the class because their concentration span has now shortened by
Yes.
social media, by entertainment, by them believing that um,
So
they're going to make it big just
in the
by social media.
training, I will teach you about this. I will teach you about what I call edutainment, because like you said, they are constantly being entertained. Now we got to educate them and entertain them at the same time. So I'll teach you a lot
Yeah,
about the human mind and behavioral sciences, about how to manage their behaviors, how to control their behaviors. That's my specialty. When it comes to human behavior and performance, that's my specialty. I've been very blessed. I'm damn good when it comes to that.
yeah.
Hmm. So you taking one license? I'll, I'll
Um,
send you all the material, go through it, think through it, and think about it. It's something to,
yeah,
process and apply your mind to it and think about it, and then you can let me know.
no problem. I will.
It seems like this attracts you.
It does. It has. I mean, I didn't leave the session, but yeah.
Yeah. No, fantastic. No, brilliant. Yeah. So yeah, I'll send you a little bit of documentation. I'll send you the PDF of this presentation as well. And then you apply your mind and think about it, and then you can let me know.
No problem. I
All right.
think I would be keen on doing this, but how long does it take?
It depends on you. I can do the training one-on-one with you, or you could do it on your own online via our e-learning portal. It's all recorded. It's on the e-learning portal. So you can do it on your
Mm,
own training. You just watch, follow the videos in the sequence, and even the books. You see, what I've done is in the trainer's manuals, I've put actual scripts. Your lesson plan for the lesson, actual scripts for the lesson as well, on what to say, how to speak about it, and things like that.
I see.
Hmm. So it's very simple. It's up to you. You can tell me you want to do it one-on-one or you want to do it online. And you close, man. Close to you, I can do each time I sit down with you in 45 minutes, I can teach you one lesson.
Okay.
Hmm. Or we could do it via Zoom, just like this. Just like this in a 45-minute session.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Charlene. Thank you very much for coming on. And I've got another one later this evening. And then yeah, let me know. I'll keep in touch with you. I'll add you to my study
no
coaching
problem.
group. If you really keen, I'll add you to the group now. And if you still,
Yes,
no obligation, if you still feel no, this is not for you, then it's fine as well.
no problem. Thank you so
All
much
right.
for your
Thank you,
time and your
Charlene.
patience.
No, you're
Okay,
welcome.
thank you.
Thank you. God bless. Cheers. Bye-bye.